Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's Wednesday Wisdom, and it's lovely to have Elysse here on our Wednesday Wisdom. This is going to be a fun conversation, I can tell, because it's all the stuff that I love, and so let's give you a little bit of background. If you're watching live, please say hello in the comments. If you're watching the replay, please put #replay. We always love to jump back in and check in to see who's been watching, and if we're adding value to this group and to the different platforms that we put this stuff on. So I met Elysse really, really briefly. I've got one of these things that I've started doing when I'm out and about in life doing my thing. If I see a woman of light, and you can just tell they're shining brightly, I'll go and check out what they're doing. And so I was at the cannery in
Rosebery,
that's right, because my son lives just up the road from it. That's why we were there.
Perfect.
Yeah, so my daughter and I were checking out the cannery because there was the markets on.
Yes.
And Elysse was in this horrible spot. She was like, it was sort of like you could go around, but then all of a sudden you realise that there was this middle bit. But it was really hard to see because of the way it was set up. And so I just happened to go into that middle bit and I saw you there. And so we started having a chat, and I'm like, yeah, I want to get you on and share your story and your products and everything with the women on this group. So Elysse, you're a research scientist that shifted into natural skincare, right?
I am. So firstly, thank you for having me. It's a real honor to be part of your Wisdom Wednesdays. So I'm a biomedical researcher, and I've been so for more than 10 years now. I did my training in genetic and molecular sciences, and then I sort of specialized in biomechanics and engineering. And
wow, that would have been like, so what let's just break this up, because what drew you to, because I actually love, the study epigenetics and the idea of, because the sort of the stuff that I'm doing has got has an aspect of epigenetics in it, clearing emotional patterns from the DNA. So what drew you to that? How old were you when you sort of went into that?
So this was just off the back of uni, really. I loved the idea of sort of medicine, but I felt like being a face-to-face doctor perhaps wasn't for me. So I really liked the idea of being behind the scenes and sort of answering biological questions and trying to help move things forward. And then I kind of just fell into it. I really enjoyed what I was doing. I first was working with stem cells.
Yeah.
So stem cells from the umbilical cord matrix.
Yeah.
And understanding how they had special properties for regeneration. And that was a really fascinating part. So that's what I did my master's in, and I worked afterwards. And then I moved to Australia. So that was all in Portugal. In Australia, I then started quite a different project in cardiovascular disease, and trying to engineer artificial blood vessels to replace coronary arteries, because when someone goes in for a coronary artery bypass, they have to remove vessels from elsewhere in their body. Because
usually the leg or something like that. Yeah.
But because synthetic alternatives are really, really very poor. So I was trying to engineer a synthetic alternative using silk, so very natural protein. And we got some really, really great results, seeing that the body was really accepting that material very well, and very good promising results that have now kind of gone on to make bigger projects that the group's working on.
So is that can I just pause there? Is that's not being utilised yet in
no.
Yeah, right. I didn't think so.
It's still very much in the research phase. So we're working on making it better, making it stronger. Yeah. But there really is translational potential there, and it's really quite fascinating.
Yeah, that's awesome. And
So
you know, like, you know, from someone that like just feels things in the field, right? Like, I can understand that the body would be more accepting of that because it's a natural substance, right?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
the body is, that's right, absolutely. So the body goes, I can accept this. It's a bit different, but I can accept it.
I can tolerate.
Yeah, that's right.
So that was my PhD work, and then since then I've moved on, and I'm now working in breast cancer. So understanding what makes breast cancer tick, why it can be very aggressive for certain people, and how can we sort of probe that and understand how ways in which we can target it specifically to limit breast cancer metastasis and breast cancer death.
Yeah. So you're still doing that as well?
Yeah, so that is my day job, so to say. And so then I guess aside from that is when Almah Skincare was kind of born, and that is my passion project. It's something I do whenever I can. But I am a researcher.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about how you transitioned, you know, like what moved you into that working in the skincare industry?
It's a bit of a jump, but it is and it isn't really. I guess, I don't know, maybe in the past 5 years, I sort of started to have a bit more of an appreciation for the natural products. I tried my first natural deodorant and I thought, oh my God, this is amazing. This actually works. Yeah, absolutely right. Because when you're on the other side of the fence, it's not it's interesting, isn't it? Because it's not that you don't think it's work, you just don't, it's not even in your radar, right? Exactly. Exactly. I think we've just been conditioned to, I don't know, seeing what's on the supermarket shelves and just accepting.
Yes. Yeah.
When actually we should and we can and we ought to be more I guess conscious about the choices that we're making and the effect that it has on our bodies. I guess we all trusted, I don't know, I think it's because we perhaps all trusted the industry to sort of be doing perhaps what was best for us, but actually they're really not.
Yeah. Can I just add a little story of my own, because I've always been into you know, clean green living or whatever, and about 13 years ago it would be now, or 12 or 13 years ago, long story, but I found myself with a 15 centimeter fibroid. Wow. And I thought I was living cleanly. I did some research and discovered that, you know, they don't quite know what it is. It's, you know, it's got hormonal origins, and but it also can be a buildup of toxins and heavy metals and things like that. So when I started looking into my green products that I was getting from the supermarket, you know, like the green products, I discovered that actually even the green products that were in the supermarket, they don't have to put all of the ingredients if they're under a certain amount. And, you know, if you know anything about homeopathy, you know, like even the minuscule vibration can be affecting your body. So it was a real eye-opener, and it sort of took me on a new journey of discovering cleaner products. And the same was when that was around about the time that I went, oh my gosh, we all think that someone's looking after us, and they're not. We need to actually self-educate and self-assess and really look at what is it that we're putting in our body and on our body.
100%.
Yeah. So I just wanted to add that, because that's exactly that transition. Even though I was using green products, I discovered that they actually, you know, like they weren't green. No. They were greener, but they weren't. Yeah. No, that's right. So, yeah.
Which makes it difficult, really. But I think if we find a brand that we can relate to or associate with, or that's very transparent nowadays, the brands that are really quite on this sort of greenness and wellness, they're very transparent, which is fantastic. They have all of their ingredients. And this is what we've tried to done with Almah Skincare on our website. We're also so transparent. We have every single ingredient, a very good explanation as to why it's there, what it's for, why have you put this in my product. And so we really pride ourselves in being 100% natural. All of the ingredients that we use in our products are plant-based also, and have been under the lowest modification. So like the oils straight from the source, the butter straight from the nut sort of thing. And yeah, it's been a bit of a process. So I
can imagine, yeah.
I first started experimenting making these products just because I enjoy making things for myself and my family and friends. And I got such great feedback from them that I thought, oh, why not? Why not try and give this a crack? And I have been loving every moment. It's hard work, but the rewards are just, sometimes I'm tired and I'm just pushing forward, and then I get this really great email from someone saying, oh my God, my skin looks so much better. And I'm just, okay, all right, this is what I'm doing it for.
yeah, absolutely. And so I remember you've got a hydrating, there was something that I tried.
Acid?
Yeah. So you've got quite a few products, right? Like, you want to give us a little bit of a rough idea of what it is that you've got, and tell us a little bit. I remember the name has some significance as well.
Yes. So firstly, I guess Almah Skincare. Almah is so Almah without the H at the end means soul in Portuguese, and so with our Portuguese heritage, we felt that it was a really lovely meaning and to the brand, part of our ethos, really.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. It's always hard to think up of a name that means something and that sort of represents. So it was nice to strike that one.
Yeah.
And so our brand, so we focus on making 100% natural skincare products for the face and the body. So in our face range, we have some beautiful oils. So we have a morning oil, which is a super lightweight formulation. It helps regenerate the skin, so you get a really nice glow. We call it our Radiance AM serum. And then we have our PM serum, which is a beautiful, rich serum. The oils that I've chosen because they're very rich in antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. So they really help soothe your skin while you're sleeping. So any kind of redness tends to sort of dissipate by morning. And the one that you spoke about, that's the hyaluronic acid serum. That's a really beautiful ingredient. It's quite a hype ingredient at the moment, but rightly so, because it's really quite wonderful. It's this really large molecule that can hold on to a lot of water. And so by putting that on your face, you're really sort of covering your face in this little blanket of hydration. So it really gives your skin water, because your skin really needs just the good old H2O.
Yeah.
And then so we use the oils after that to lock in that moisture, and it keeps the skin really hydrated. Yeah. Awesome.
Excellent. And so you mentioned a website. So you've got a website that people can go in and check out. Yeah.
Yep. So it's Almah Skincare, ALMAH Skincare altogether.com. And you can find all of our range. We've also got a really awesome natural deodorant. We launched only last September, but we've had really, really great feedback from customers that have posted reviews, and everybody seems to be loving it. So it's really, really heartwarming.
So what was the transition like? How did you go from, and I'm going to get you to put the website down below so that people can jump in and check it out. So did you use your science-based research? Like, how did you transition? I mean, you're still working as a researcher, right? But did you use that to, support you in creating these? Because I can imagine, like, it'd be fun to make all that mixing and checking out what it is that you're doing, like that you're creating, right? So it would have been fun. But how did it, tell us the story of it. What made you go there?
I feel like I'm in such a great position, and I'm so blessed to have the background that I do, because I feel like it is a science, really. making your own products and trying to sort of systematically look at, okay, what does my skin need? What do I want this product to target? And what are the ingredients that are going to do that? And I have my little notebook, just like I do in the lab, in version 1, version 2, version 20, version 100.
Yeah,
And so I guess it's just also being very sort of organized and systematic, but also understanding what the skin needs and how different ingredients can sort of be pulled into that. And then also, I guess, just the knowledge background, like, I don't know, being able to pH my own ingredients and have my little pH meter, and it feels really fun to sort of have a pH meter now for Almah Skincare.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
So it's definitely been great to have that background and fundamental, I think, to be able to make the products that I make.
Yeah. And so do you only go to the cannery, or like you've got your website? How do you promote your business?
Yeah, so I found that, so we've got our online website, and we do advertising online also, but I've actually found the markets and the pop-up stores to be so great because you just get to talk to people.
Yeah.
And they get to feel the products, they get to smell them, and it's just been so nice to actually be at the markets and the pop-ups. So I do the cannery in Rosebery. I do the vegan markets out in Homebush. It's a really great market. A lot of food, and then there's some.
That's awesome.
It's a fantastic market. It's on the third Sunday of every month. So I highly recommend that one. I do Paddington markets, which is nice and local for me. What else have I done? I've done Marrickville markets on and off, and then I kind of jump around. I like to, because I guess the products, it's the kind of thing that people are not going to buy every week.
No, that's right. Yeah.
A little vial will last you, 6 to 9 months. So I kind of feel like I need to hop around to talk to new people and see new people.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Well, congratulations, because I know that it was, it was lovely connecting with you, and I'm definitely going to check out the website and see what you've got to offer, because one of the things that I know about the skin is it's good to change things up every so often as well, not to get, used to the same product. So
absolutely. And what your skin needs at different times of the year is different. I guess hydration really quite important, especially at this time of year when we just feel dry all over from, hot showers, which we shouldn't do, but we all do.
Yeah, we all can't help it, I know. It's like, oh my gosh, I was listening to something the other day and they said don't have a hot shower, and I'm like, oh man, but it's so cold. I'm down in Shell Harbour, so
oh god.
I spent 16 years in far north Queensland, so I'm used to the tropics, and it's I'm still trying to acclimatise. Yeah. Thank you so much, Elysse, for coming on, and I'll get you to drop in once we finish, because we can't see any of the comments at the moment. But if anyone's got any comments and wants to ask any questions to Elysse, please throw them in the comments and just tag her in there so that she can jump back in and check them. And Elysse, if you want to throw in all of any social media groups or Instagram or anything, and your website, and ladies, go and check it out, because it's they're beautiful products, and to have that background, that the products are like they're on point, right?
I think that's something that's probably quite important to Almah Skincare, is sort of people need to be able to trust the brand, and I feel like if people know me and know my background, hopefully they can trust what they're using. So it's like your experience with buying green but realizing they're not quite green.
Yeah.
We are green.
Yeah.
We definitely are green.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much, and take care, and I'll have to see you at the cannery again.
Yes, I hope so. Enjoy the lovely day.
Yeah, you too.
Thanks for the chat.
See ya.
Ciao. Bye.